Welcome back to Not Siren County. We are here on this uncharted deserted island to look at the new content creator packs that has just been released. So this first one is going to be the City Stations pack, right? Yes. Yep, City Stations. I thought that was the right one. I just want to make sure. And we have all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff in this pack that I think just adds so much more to the city. It makes the city look fantastic. So let's jump right on into it. So first over here, we have our bus. So we have a compact bus depot. You see the buses are all underneath there nicely. Come around here, come out the other side. Still got a sewage problem on this, but I don't know why we would have that. Also, game still likes to jump around. Okay, so compact depot maintains and store buses. Each vehicle, certain individual for maintenance, stay. So just basically just like a standard depot. And then from this you have your electrical bus, which does not look like it really adds a whole lot. Just makes electric buses. And then you can also do bus lines from here as well. So you don't actually have to go into the tab itself and say, I want to use bus line over here. I want to use a bus line. You can actually go over here and say, I want to use the bus. So I don't know if that, maybe. Not 100% sold on an idea yet. We will see if it actually helps in the future. I don't know. But along with that, you have our architectural bus stop right here, which I think looks pretty cool. Compared to like your standard bus stop, I come in here and we come over to just our standard bus stop. You got that. Or you have this with bike racks. So if you want to add more interest to your downtown, you can add, what this is called. It should be just like, I think, architectural. It is basically just architectural bus shelter. Beautiful design. Bus shelter offers improved comfort for waiting passengers, increasing the desirability of taking the bus. Makes people really want to take the bus in your city. Now moving on, we come over here to our small city bus station, which is a little sunken. Which is this. You may want to do a bit of lantern from around just to make it look maybe a little bit better, because this is just me placing it on the road. I think the road connection is fine. It's just land around it. Could possibly use a little bit more. Like if I just kind of too big of a brush. Maybe. Oop. I think I grabbed the wrong one. And I want smoothie. Yes, I think something like that would work better, wouldn't it? So again, we got a nice small little bus walkway along here. Elevators and staircases going down to bus level. It looks like we even have some buses that will actually be a part of this asset. So buses, they come around here. Okay, so they go in there, then they turn around here. Okay, I was like, wait, what's going on? Come around here, and then you can turn around here or there. Yeah. Buses come in here, leave out there. I think that looks pretty cool. And then again, this just has a bus lane tool. Small sunk bus terminal for buses. The above grade concourse allows for direct access to the bus without crossing over the traffic. Fuels maintained and stored to buses. Remain intervals stay in order. Yep. So again, it's like a small little bus area for two small little buses. Then we come over here. Now this is where things start getting a little interesting because you have a few different styles. I think there's a few different colors of these and a few different colors of these, but I think there's the two main ones you have. You have the large city bus. Again, nice parking over here. Again, nice crossover here. People come down here. Again, this could look nice in like the middle of like, well, this would look nice in the middle of like a city. Like skyscrapers growing up and like this all sunken down. I think those look pretty cool. And this does come with a subway interface, an extension that connects the subway network, works as a subway station, and in multiple architectural designs with the same layout. Again, that just kind of fits on there like that. Game wants to register that for me. Thank you, game. Actually, I think that looks really cool. Ooh, actually, you can see down there a little bit. A little bit of the track. Nice staircase going down. Again, looks really cool. Now we come over here. We got the extra platforms. Add more platforms to the station allows for increased capacity. And which basically just goes on the end of there. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 10. 10 bus stops we can use. Pretty cool. And again, yeah, your typical bus line. So again, it comes in a few different colors. Kind of see what this one looks like. Looks fantastic. Yep. And then we come over here to our final bus asset. We have the City Center bus station, which is just a large bus center. Again, buses come in here, buses come out there, people come in here, walk across, go down to your buses on the other side. Yeah, it looks fantastic, and we got buses over here as well, looks like. Large second and unique terminal for buses. The above grade concourse, all the same thing. Let's see how many buses we have. Park vehicles, I think 8. This is 8 park vehicles. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we got 8. We got 8. Oh, it is right there. Vehicles in use. And then we can also add extra platforms, which I think going in is. So then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. That's quite a lot bigger just for a little bit more. Because that's 10. That's 4 more. But again, this does look really good. I don't know. You would have to figure out what would work better in your city. A smaller one or a bigger one. Who knows? And then again, you got the subway interface, which will probably, yep, goes right there. Connect subway to network. Similar description on that. Again, looks really good with the interface right there. And a lot of subway interfaces for like a downtown city. Nice clock tower, which actually these are part of props, and I forget where exactly they are. Actually, I should know where props are, but would that be under? Which might be here. There they are, modern city clock towers. So you can actually place this down. Actually, a lot of this stuff you can just kind of place down. So you can make your own areas if you want with all these different grooves and stuff. So again, just adds more props and more detailing you can do inside your city. Then we come over here to the trams. So first off, we have a compact refurbished tram depot. The tram's kind of sticking out the front like that. Comes in here, goes out there. Again, this could be like a nice city because it's all kind of walled off besides the back there. City are like an external. And you also got new tram shed, spaces for more trams. Right now we have 12 trams. Maintenance, yep, all the basic stuff. And that just kind of basically goes on there. So adds more trams right there. A few of them kind of in the middle of each other, but ignore that for right now. And again, you still have the line tool. Looks great. Then we come over here to all our different tram stops. So again, we have the smaller tram plaza. I think these are all small tram plazas. So you got a few different style tops and different colors and all kinds of stuff. And again, tram comes through here, does like a zigzag and goes out the other way. Again, adds more interest to the way you can do your tram lines, and then you can just add on the end of here. We just grab a tram road and bring you out like that. Boom. Tram. A zigzag pattern. Place it in the middle of the road or something. Then we come over here to our large tram plaza. So we have two different styles of this. We got like this type of roof and that type of roof. Which again, they kind of come in here, goes straight. And I think you got 3 different stops on this, right? Well, you got more because you have 1 on each side. So you have 6 total. And then again, goes out the other side. Nice little plaza. Looks great on both of them. And then we come over here to our tram. Actually, yeah, was there upgrades on these? I think there was a subway on these. No, actually, this is a tram. Okay. Missing my stuff. So there's nothing on the U, but there is a tram yard on these. Which again just kind of adds on right there. Game's a little mad at me, so we're just going to say turn air on. There we go. Also deactivated building. Turn it back on. So we have like a small little tram yard we can actually add on to here as well. So if you don't want like that, well, if you want more trams, you can just add this on. I think that has 4 vehicles. So you can have trams that come out of here and then service everything. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Now we come over here to our tram terminal plaza. Get a nice water feature out front. And this is more like an end station because you see the trams coming this way and they just kind of stop right there. So again, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, you gotta have a lot. You gotta have 12 trams on this one, which makes sense because it's supposed to be like a large tram center with like a little business center, coffee shop, something in the middle of here. Game likes to jump around still. Game. And we're back. So a new, unique landmark tram plaza with enough capacities for center around your city. Architecture design with a hall for passengers to eat and relax in while they wait for their trams. Configured with a subway interface. So again, this one has a nice subway interface. It just kind of goes out front. Yep, goes out right there and adds more subways. Can never have too many subways in a downtown setting. So that wraps up our trams. Now we're gonna head over to our trains. And it keeps on going. So then we have a compact rail yard. So a nice compact rail yard, which this, again, could be like a nice downtown city rail yard. I feel like the big giant one you'd have normally. Again, looks nice. And then you can also add extra tracks, which I think you can add as many on as you want. Technically inside this area, but with mods you can make that bigger. So you can make this into a giant rail yard. Actually, did those overlap at all? They did not. They do have the fences. They kind of blend in there nicely. I do like that they got really close. I think that looks even better. So we could have like a giant rail yard. So instead of like the standard rail yard, you could have a rail yard like this, which I think this actually looks slightly better than the traditional rail yard. So now we got 23 trains. And again, you can keep on adding more, as many as you would like. Make this into a giant rail yard. Massive rail yard. That looks fantastic. And then continue with the train theme. Come over here to the sunken bypass train, and there's a few different styles again. You got these two, and I think multiple different colors of this. Again, I think this looks really great with like all the bushes and stuff like this. So you have the train that comes in here. You have like your bypass in the middle. Trains that go on the outside. Nice rail station. I can see this using nicely in a downtown city, or even like not like a downtown, like but an outer skirt city. And we come over here, we can add island platform, which I think this takes in the middle. So instead of a bypass, you can have a four-way train. We have train on the outside, trains in the middle, and then we also add a bus terminal, which I think goes right there. Takes away some parking as like all those bus terminals here. Then you can also add your subway interface out front as well. Nice subway right there. So again, a nice center for a hub of activity. We have this, and then you come over here to the other one, like that. And I do like this sunken because, well, actually, let me just kind of connect these rails up here real quick. Just give me, I want a train track. Just a standard train track is all I need right now. I think that's a one-way. I think I grabbed, yes, I grabbed the one. Wrong one. There we go. So can you have that? Which I think you got to do some land terraforming if you want things to look fantastic. But the idea I wanted to point out was, since this is a city environment, you could just have a road that kind of goes over top like that. And it makes it easier for placing roads. Like maybe a little bit elevated, maybe a little too low. Maybe a little elevated road and a little sunken, more of a railroad. But again, makes it easier to connect roads across. And then we come over here to our elevated bypass train station. So again, a few different styles of this. So again, a nice city environment. You got parking underneath right here. So you got some shops out the back, out the front. Nice parking out the front as well. And you got that will connect up to the road. And then you come up here to your platform. So again, you have your bypass in the middle. Platforms on the outside. And then we click on here. Once the game registers that I click on it. Game. Hello, game. I might be back in a second once the game fixes. Okay, and we're back. So we have the island platform that goes in the middle, like that. So again, you can have trains that go in the middle. Maybe I should be easier to see out here. Trains that go in the middle, and trains that go on the outside. You also got your bus terminal, which takes away your parking out front right there. We still have this parking over here. And then you got your subway interface, once again, out the front like that. I think that also comes in a few different colors, or they're just still red. Nope. Yep. Again, you got a few different colors. I don't know if recolor actually works on that, because I don't even actually see green. Would be nice if you actually recolor this yourself, but it does not look like that is part of the game right now. So again, a few different train stations. And then we actually, well, we have more train stations. Actually, if I come over, one more train station, not multiple. One more train station over here. We have the City Center train station, which again, this comes in a few different colors, but you can only place one down, and I don't have the mod that allows you to place more, so I can't show you the other ones, but I remember right, the roof color changes a little bit, and I think that's really about it. Like, it still is like the same structure we got, but you have like a nice walking path over top, nice suspension, bit of a train yard that's part of it as well. Two double lanes that come in here, comes in here, splits out into all these different trains. So again, nice giant big city center train station. And then you got your little walk through here, and then your stairs and your elevators that take you down to ground level of the trains. So again, we have a ton of links. Actually, if I come over here, see right now Just kind of ends right there. But if we add the tunneling on here, boom, you can actually go underneath the ground. So again, this could be a through station instead of just a stop station inside your city, which again, I think looks fantastic. And then we have our subway interface. So, game. I don't know what's going on with my game right now. I will be back once again. Again, this would look good in like a city, like you have towers around it. So again, it's just kind of covering up the trains, but you can actually see through if you want to see the train still. So again, nice walking path, and people can walk across to the botanical garden on both sides. So again, this turns into like a basically a nice city center, Central Park type thing, but with trains. I think this looks fantastic. Again, you can poke through and see the trains in the middle. Fantastic. And the trains come through here and they go out just like they normally will. And that wraps up all the trains. Actually, how many trains do you get on this? You have 8. So this comes with 8 vehicles already. So you need more trains. You can just add this down and you got 8 vehicles automatically. Again, fantastic. And then we come over to our last section, our subways. So again, you have a nice small compact subway yard if you want compact subways, and it's actually already going underneath the ground. So again, it's really compact. So instead of you making the underground section, or if you also don't want underground, you could just have your above ground right here as well. So again, nice compact, looks great. Underground section if you want it. And this comes with 6 vehicles, looks like already, which is nice to see. And then you also have extra cracks. So if you want to add another set, again, you can just add 1. But again, adds more. So now you have 12 vehicles total. And this would totally fit perfectly inside a nice downtown city again, which is the kind of theme for a lot of this city stations, because this is meant for downtown cities, and I think adds so much more to your city. And then we come over here to the small subway plaza. So again, instead of just your standard subways, you got a bit of a nicer park area. Nice down area. People can hang out, play around on top of the subway plaza. And then we come over here to our elevated bypass subways. So again, these fit nicely over top roads. So if you want like a nice over top subway for your road, you got these, which comes in a few different flavors of tops and colors. And again, nice bypass. So again, you got your trains in the middle, and then your bypasses on the outside. Then we come over here, so you have our small bus terminal. Let me just get to like an area where you can actually see it. So again, underneath, you will throw your buses there, which will basically just put buses out the back. Looks like nice tolls right there for your buses, tolls right there. So you got bus there, looks like. Again, just adds buses integrated into your subway, and then you also got extra platforms, which should, add to the outside like that. So instead of just being the inside, then you also have the outside platforms with nice staircase right there. Again, looks fantastic for a nice subway area. And then we come over here. So if you remember Skylines 1, you had like the subway plaza. Again, we have a similar one for Skylines 2 now. We have the sunken subway park. Or at least a similar idea. Not like a exact replica, but again, really nice area. So your subways come in here. So you have like a nice curve. So you have 2 interchanges you can have right here. And nice parks in the middle. Nice place for you to come hang out, wait for the subway to come by. And then we got more. So we have our architectural rooftop, which has a roof right there. Again, fits nicely in a downtown city. just to keep everyone out of the element and keep it nice. I don't know if I like the poles in the middle of the grass like that, but do have to place them someplace. And then we come over here to our extra platform. So again, this is where it starts getting crazy. It does take out the middle section, but again, you could have massive amounts of subways. So you have your upper subways up here, and you have your lower subways down here. Do have to place them someplace. And then we come over here to our extra platform. So again, this is where it starts getting crazy. It does take out the middle section, but again, you could have massive amounts of subways. So you have your upper subways up here, and you have your lower subways down here. Again,